frame and all that stuff right on. So, Lauren, I really appreciate you doing the show today. I'm looking forward to it. Been looking forward to it for a bit now, and I've had a few mutual people tell me a lot about you, or they're like, "Oh, you have to have Lauren on the show. You have to have this woman who's in the Yukon." So, yeah, I'm very excited to kind of pick apart your life and learn from you and chat with you today. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm not used to people caring about my existence.
I love it. Today we do. Today we do. Yeah. I love it. Awesome. So yeah, let's kind of dive into it and take me through. You've done a lot, and I'm curious if you can take us through kind of, in a nutshell maybe, before we go back all the way through it. What was your transition like leaving kind of high school time to kind of where we are now? And then we can go back through the timeline a bit closer.
Yeah. I had a really positive high school experience. I'll start there. I went to Marymount. It was awesome. I did a lot of different things there. I feel like that environment just like it took away a lot of anxiety about like trying new stuff. Like I learned how to skate when I was 13, 14 for the to like be a person on the hockey team.
Right.
So like I never would have done that probably if there were, dudes watching me and making fun of me.
For sure, like, bit different dynamic.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really positive, and I think like it set the stage for me, like trying a lot of new things. I went to nursing school, did some boxing, did some paddling.
I love it. Yeah.
When I graduated, I worked at the hospital briefly. I you do mixed martial arts.
Yep.
So I was at Sudbury MMA with John Cole, and then through him kind of started working at the jail as a nurse. Did that for a few years. Moved to BC. Moved back.
Yeah.
Pandemic hit. I did some fly-in fly-out nursing up north, and then
interesting.
Have some, some trauma related to that, and and then here we are.
I love it. Yeah. Cool. Did you always know, like with nursing, were you always focused on that as like in the healthcare field? Like, did you want to help people? No. Why'd you end up deciding that?
That's a good question. So I was actually like ready to go to University of Alberta for forensic sciences, and at the last minute I just pivoted and went to Lakehead for nursing instead.
Oh, no kidding. Thunder Bay.
Yeah, that's a pivotal decision in my life that I reflect on a lot. But I'm like, what if I had made a different decision?
Oh, no kidding.
Where I am now, I'm happy that I made the decision that I made. But I've found nursing like personally challenging because I take a lot of personal responsibility and like helping people, and it's led to burnout. I've burnt out
I can only imagine
3 times.
Yeah.
So I'm just recovering from the 3rd one, and I'm trying to set boundaries so that we don't have a 4th one. But
that's tough.
Yeah.
Man, I can only imagine that too, because I find, especially I've noticed it as I've kind of gone through like a similar but different like journey with trying to understand people a bit more and trying to understand why they do certain things or maybe behave the way, like why they have behavioral reasons for whatever outbursts or stuff. Where I used to work about 6 months ago before I left there, I found that burned me out a lot. Was just trying to, like, every time somebody would do something that would either, in my case at least, upset me, it was like I'm trying to reason with why they would do it, and that just like took so much more of a toll than I like maybe expected it to.
Yeah, for sure. And like that, we see that all the time in healthcare, right? Like you're trying to work hard to help somebody's health, and are they working as hard as you're working? And then, you're working against systemic issues, and the moral injuries just kind of build up over time, and then, then burnout happens.
Yeah, 3-4 times. Jeez. So, anyways, taking us back to kind of, so you said forensic science is what you were like originally, and then you're like, nursing pivotal shift,
Yeah, and I couldn't tell you why that happened. Yeah.
Interesting. But you said it was on kind of like a...
It was like the day before the deadline that I had to decide. Yeah.
And you're like, and what was the intent with forensic science? Was that...
I've always been a true crime junkie.
Hell yeah. It's interesting.
It's like a basic white girl thing to be into. But yeah, even when I was in high school, I read, like, that's pretty much all I read.
Oh, no kidding.
I've taken a break from that. I've seen the live show of too many things now, so step back from that. But so
yeah.
I wish I had an answer for you.
Went to Lakehead, eh?
Yeah.
So then, what was it? Is it 4 years at Lakehead? 4 or 5?
I only did 1 year there, and then I transferred back to Sudbury, came to Laurentian.
Yeah. So then, as you kind of graduated and went through that, what was kind of the next steps, if you can remember, from that time period?
Like graduating from nursing? Yeah. My last year of nursing, that was when I started boxing. So like that was when I started getting into, and I did one official fight.
Hell yeah.
That went poorly.
Poorly, yeah.
I still have my towel that's like covered in
blood. Hell yeah.
Just to remind myself that I'm not as good as I think I am.
You frame it?
I didn't frame it, no. I have it. I have like...
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's just with some stuff that have...
You both should and shouldn't frame it. Like, I can give reasons for both, but yeah, we'll stick with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I worked a lot.
Yeah.
Right after I graduated, like way too much. Like I think that I worked a year where I had 22 days off, and it was just...
Weekends included kind of thing?
Yeah, like all of a sudden I had this, like...
Bro.
I was getting paychecks,
yeah.
and it was the first time in my life that I was able to like
adult
actually...
money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
that's cool.
But then, you know, like you lose the balance really quickly, and then it's too late before you realize that trading your time for that money is not worth it. Like I missed a lot during that year. I missed a lot of family stuff. I missed, you know, hanging out with friends, and I was just, and for what, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in 2010, I guess, my sister and I just spent the last year working, and I called her and I was like, I need to do something.
Yeah. Love it.
My brother-in-law had mentioned this race up in the Yukon.
Yeah.
I saw like a banner advertisement for it, clicked on it, and I signed my sister and I up for it. That was in like November, and it was the following June.
Yeah.
So very little research went into it. I was just like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this together. This was in 2011 we actually completed the race, but again, very little preparation. We got through that on like force of will and probably youth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I turned 24 on the river. So my sister was 22. I was
That's
24.
cool. Yeah.
And that was like, I've always been into like tripping. That was the first race that I did. And then I didn't do another one until this year.
Hell yeah. I like it. Yeah. Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
A long break. Actually, when I finished the Yukon River Quest, so that's from Whitehorse to Dawson.
Right.
I was like, I'm never doing anything like that ever again.
No?
But
after the first one? No,
after the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, like back in 2011, after I had not prepared at all, right?
That'll be it.
Yeah.
You still completed it.
Yeah. We're very stubborn people.
Yeah.
Yeah. For better or worse.
I love it. Oh, that's awesome. So, what was there anything, what was like the tipping point of like, the money's not worth it now. I need to do something. What was that tipping point? Was that a burnout, or was there something else that you want to, if you're okay with sharing?
I would characterize it as burnout, but in that time period, there were 5 people in my life that I was either like 3 that I was very close to, and 2 that were friends from another period of my life, who all passed away, and it kind of all happened in like a 14-month period.
Can't imagine.
And then that kind of, it makes you reevaluate, because a lot of them are my age, right, or younger.
You're like, all I've done is work.
Yeah, and like, so what, is it worth it? And the answer is unequivocally no.
Oh wow.
So I took a step back from work. In 2012, I actually quit nursing. Not entirely, I was still doing some shifts here and there at the jail, but I stepped far back from nursing. I went to Cambrian and got a business diploma, and I bartended for 2 years.
Amazing, yeah. Very different.
Made better money as a bartender.
Come on.
Yeah.
What do you have to attribute that to? Why do you think that is?
I think, well...
Where you were? Personality?
Maybe a little bit, but I think that it has a lot to do with, like, nurses are underpaid.
Yeah.
Right? Especially for the amount of work that they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why in a 5-hour, if like I'm doing 5-hour shifts a week and making the same as I was making as a registered nurse, that's, you know, I don't think that's okay. But
no. Man?
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Because we can unpack that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot to get into there.
Yeah, we can definitely unpack that, because I've heard from friends of mine who are either in nursing or also looking at it now, and every time I hear them talk, it's like the assumption is that they're paid well, right, and I almost, and correct me if I'm wrong, I almost think they're paid okay, but I don't. I think I think they're undervalued, unfortunately, and that's something that I'm like, no matter what, I always view them as like the workhorses, the people that keep the hospitals running and stuff like that, and then they have, we have the doctors that come in, they just sign some things and kind of leave, and again, this is me saying this, like, I'll say it for everybody, but yeah, I have like friends who like, they'll just graduate and then they're trying to look at what's available and they're like, oh yeah, and they're like, we got into this because we thought we'd make good money, but then now we're spending the first hour of our shift doing paperwork, which we're not getting paid for, but we have to show up that hour before. I'm like, weird. And then they tell us, and then they have to do a lot of funding, apparently, in some fields like of nursing, where they have to do funding or like get people like to be,
yeah, well,
which I don't quite understand.
The hospital foundation like exists to raise funds. I don't know like specifically for nursing about any, like, I've been out of the hospital since 2012, so I'll put that caveat on there, but I can tell you everybody in the hospital works hard. There's nobody that works there that doesn't work hard. I think that the difference is that nurses are the catch-all. Like housekeeping has their job description, doctors have their job description, and we're kind of in this space where if those other people aren't available, we have to do our best to fill the gaps until they are.
It's like a spider web where you see just nurses in the middle and it's like here.
Yeah. So like if if our patient vomits all over the bathroom and housekeeping's not available, like that's us, So it's all those little things that just kind of add up, combined with the fact that we're constantly working short. Yeah. All that, and it's
epic like struggles.
Yeah, and then it gets to the point where everybody's burnt out. You you need help, but you feel bad asking because everybody else also needs help.
Also needs in the same shoes you're in.
So it's a tough spot to be in. Yeah.
So I kind of want to circle back to a question I was thinking of a couple minutes ago, when you were at kind of the tipping point with the passing of close friends and close people, when you had that realization and reflective moment, what would you say to people who are in kind of they're in their early 20s and they're like working really hard, they're just doing their thing, they're grinding, they're in that space, and say they won't have something happen, they might be stuck in that and they need to hear something to kind of overcome that? What would you say to them, to somebody in that kind of time frame?
That's a tough question right now in the context of the time period that we're in, because everything's really hard right now.
Yeah.
Like, everything's very expensive. Like
that's
Like
in this economy,
I would
say
love
that all
to
the
say
time.
like quit and do something that you love.
Yeah.
Like it's fine if you make a little bit less money. For a lot of people, it's not fine right now if you make a little bit less money. So like idealistically, like find something that doesn't like deplete you at the end of the day, where you still have energy left over to do other things.
Right.
But
that's huge,
we're kind of in a space right now in society where that's not possible for a lot of people, or they've got a second job they have to go to after the first job, or and everybody's just kind of trying to get by. So in the context of our current situation,
social and economic state,
I think just remembering that everybody's having a hard time right now, and just making sure that we're kind to one another, because we're all in the same boat. Like everybody's grinding. Like ideally, we all want to get ahead, but it's hard right now. You can't raise a family on a single income anymore like you used to be able to.
Awesome.
Like my grandfather had 9 children. His wife stayed at home, didn't work.
I'd love to have 9 kids.
Single, but like single income. He worked like not like he worked as a technician at Bell Telephone. He was able to support his whole family
on Bell Tech. Oh man, that'd be awesome. Just like a normal job, normal everyday job.
Blue collar job. Normal sized house. They had a vehicle. They put in a pool when the kids were a little bit older. Like they had a little bit extra. They'd go on like not international vacations, but they'd go on vacations like with 9. There's just no way you can do that.
Literally zero way.
Like all the boys were in hockey. Like you can't do it.
Like I've seen, since we're going down this road, I've seen it where I used to work at kind of Sudbury housing adjacent, so it's kind of like the co-op in town, and I got to see the problem I have, and I'm curious what your back and forth is with this. the problem I've seen a lot of the times is in order to have kids or in order to get more money supplemented to you, it's based on a percentage of your income. So the more income you have, the less you get help for children. So it's like it's incentivizing an opposite, like a counterproductive society. Whereas I have seen people with 6 children who both of them don't really work. Like one of them works at a grocery store 7 hours a week. And it's like, well, why? Or like one guy's landscaping part-time on weekends. And they're like, well, but they get more money based on doing less. Whereas my supervisor at the time, the property manager, she's a grandmother. She looks after 2 of her 4 grandchildren. And she gets less help sent to her because she makes more. Which is crazy, in my opinion. So it incentivizes people to do less. So it's like we're all in the same boat, but is everybody pulling, or are some people sitting with their oars on here going, well, they're pulling more? That I'm trying to go off of what you said. I'm curious. I like this topic.
Remember that these systems were set up at a time
Yeah.
when my grandfather could get by on.
Yeah, you could do that, and then they're just way outdated. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like this is, and the question is, like it's representative of something that I'm like. It's such a curious phenomenon that like there's all these people at the top who are making ridiculous amounts of money, like the Air Canada thing that just happened, right?
Absurd.
Yeah. CEOs making $12 million a year,
It's
and they're working for free, right?
Yes.
So like, but then we're looking sideways and down when we should be looking up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, so they're only working part-time on weekends.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get by. They're not thriving.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
But like, the problem's not there. The problem's not there. Right?
Yeah, the problem is above the incentive of, because who creates the incentivized systems? Because I've had this conversation with Jamie West, like, and this is actually like the discussion of, we have, like you said, outdated, expired systems that they don't incentivize people to just work harder. And whether that's work harder for yourself or work harder for your family or work harder to be able to support, because you can still, I'm a firm believer though, you can still do it's a lot harder than it used to be. And I almost wish I was like older, because I've had these discussions with people where I'm like, I can't quite, like I'm 29, I can't quite go back 10 years ago. What was it like living as an adult in 2010? Which is kind of annoying for me, because I'd like to be able to kind of understand what it was like then as well with the same mind. But yeah, I think it's a struggle to see and a struggle to be a part of it. But I do think you can make it work. I do think if you don't let yourself be held down by it, because again, our perception is our reality. So I'm like, if you allow yourself to be around that, and this was me for the longest time for the last couple of years, was seeing everybody else do less and not work as hard, have more given to them. And I was like, well, fuck, why don't I just quit? Why don't her and I just get on this like, But like you said, it's outdated. So it's waiting to catch up, that's all.
The other thing is that like the playing field, it's never going to be even. I want to like just put in that I am not like Jamie West is the perfect person to have this conversation with, because
when I'm on again, I extrapolate this.
I am not the perfect person to, because I only have my opinions. I'm not as well read on these subjects as he is, but and now I've forgotten where I was going with it.
Got to remember systems.
Sorry.
Incentivizing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you can get it. You can get it back. You can think about it. We got time. I'm on your schedule, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This happens to me so often. I'm so sorry.
No worries. We'll find it. Yeah, this it's an interesting topic though. I like discussing it because I think I've seen.
Sorry.
I knew we'd get it. Good.
I
was just rambling.
I was saying like the playing field's never going to be even, and like one of my dad's favorite things to remind me of is like life's not fair. Get used to it.
Yeah.
And I like working.
Mm-hmm.
I can work.
Yeah.
I'm not chronically ill.
Good.
I'm able-bodied.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and like, So my dad had a lot of health challenges over the last couple of years, and he passed away this past March.
I'm sorry.
But he used to gripe all the time about the amount of taxes he'd have to pay.
Yeah.
Okay. In June 2024, he had a bad accident and was in ICU for 10 days, and then he was in hospital for 4 months. He never got a bill for that.
Unreal.
Prior to that, he was on a medication for his heart that was extremely expensive because it was a new drug.
Yeah.
Like
an experimental.
Like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Kind of expensive.
How do you even...
Again, it was covered.
Yeah.
And so his mindset shifted to, I had to pay those taxes for that amount of time. Like...
Unreal, yeah.
To... The system was there when I needed it.
Interesting.
And so it's easy for us as able-bodied people to sit here and be like, well, we're the ones working, and we're like, everyone else is benefiting. But there will probably come a time where you and I will need the system. And I hope that it's there when I need it. And I hope that it's there when I need it.
Because we've been paying taxes into it. Yeah.
And because it's like, we should take care of each other like that. Like, my whole frame of, like, paying taxes is, like, has shifted, because I'm like, because people paid taxes, my dad was cared for. And I hope that that's there for me when I need it.
Yeah.
You know?
I appreciate that perspective, though.
But
Yeah, same. Yeah, I appreciate that perspective, though. That's why I like having this exact conversation, because I'm like, somebody with a different opinion. My favorite and least favorite thing. Let's see what we get out of it. And I'm like, oh, I love it. Awesome. So, take us back to, do you have a favorite moment from the first time you did the Yukon, is it Yukon Quest? Yukon
River Quest, yes. There's a few.
The first one, yeah. Because it sounds like just a gruesome time.
It was a grind. So we were very ill prepared. The nights get really, really cold up there in June. Like, we had some frost on our boat. And you can, like, it was below 0. I was not, equipment wise, I was not prepared for that. And so, like, between, like, midnight and, like, 7 a.m., I would just freeze my ass off because you're going all night.
Yeah.
And
no choice.
There were long periods where we didn't speak to each other. Not because we were angry or anything. It's just like
no bandwidth.
Yeah, you just run out of things to talk about. You go on autopilot. And it was a long stretch of silence. And then out of nowhere, my sister just says, "This was your idea."
It's like 73 hours of silence and just water. Just dip and swing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And we both just started laughing. And we talked about quitting.
All the time.
Often.
Yeah.
But we're both we're stubborn people. And so the conversation would go, well, we could quit. Like, okay, yeah, we can quit, but you have to be the one to pull the plug.
And you're like, oh,
and neither of us wanted to have to go back home and tell people that, because we knew the other one would be like, I wanted to keep going, but she wanted to quit.
Yeah.
And so we pushed each other that way.
Freaky. I love it. It's what it takes,
I got quite sick on the second day. I had a fever.
Rough.
Upper respiratory something going on.
Just getting not like used to it, I guess, or just happens.
It just happened. My sister is like, she always said like, I'm the brains and she's the brawn, and she is like one of the most powerful people. Like, she rode for UVic. Like, she's very athletic and capable.
Love it.
So I fell asleep in the front of the boat for like 6 hours, and she paddled. She did not lose our spot in the race. She maintained our spot.
That's crazy.
Nobody passed her. She didn't pass anybody, but nobody passed her.
You held. You held.
Yeah, with me just being a hood ornament in the front of the boat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and the morning of the final day, we got in about 4 o'clock to the finish line, and this was probably like 5 o'clock in the morning. And a boat, we were coming up on a boat, so we were about to pass a boat, and the gentleman in the boat gave us a bag of chocolate-covered.
My dog. I love it.
Chocolate-covered coffee beans. Espresso
Come on.
beans.
Oh,
and those were
game over.
They were life-giving. Those carried us across the finish line. We encountered a lot of kindness. Like, I don't...
Oh, I can imagine.
I don't know that we would have finished as well, or maybe at all, if it weren't for the kindness of other people.
Oh, 1,000%, I bet. Yeah.
We were the only team that year with no support crew. So there's a halfway point where
Yeah.
there's a mandatory break, and usually people bring people so that
Yeah.
your tent's set up. You have hot food ready waiting for you. They clean your boat while you
Bare
sleep.
necessities you should have. And yeah, 1,000 of them.
So we were like
Not
in
you
our
too.
half-pitch tent, eating cold spaghetti out of a bag, passing out on the ground.
Roughing
well,
it.
like, yeah.
Yeah, you're probably too tired to like, yeah.
Yeah, our sleeping pads were like 300 meters away, and we're like, it's too far. We just
Wow.
so, and a gentleman who
That's awesome.
his partner had decided he didn't want to continue, so he wasn't allowed to continue. He had some like potato leek soup and like cranberry juice and like all of he just gave us all of this like liquid nutrition.
Oh, epic.
It was like
Oh yeah.
all of these people just like came through for us at very pivotal moments and really helped us get to the finish line. Yeah.
Just restored humanity.
Yeah.
Or maybe just
And
increased
that's
it.
what I love,
Yeah.
like the paddling community is so tight. Like I met your dad before I met you through paddling.
Yeah, epic. He's great.
He's amazing. He
Yeah.
helped me so much with my marathon stroke. Like
Yeah.
I credit him a lot
I
with
love it, yeah.
like
Same.
Yeah.
Corrected my yeah.
but he was one of the first
That's
people I
awesome.
called when I found out that we were accepted to this race. So I got
Yeah.
his Pat actually
Yeah.
when I told Pat that I got accepted, he
Yeah.
gave me your dad's number.
Amazing, yeah.
And
Oh,
I
he's
reached out
probably
to
the
him.
best marathon paddler, solo paddler as well in Sudbury, I'd say.
Yeah,
like not even close.
Yeah, I was really grateful for his coaching. Like he,
Mm.
and the first time I called him,
it.
he chatted with me for like 45 minutes.
Loves
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Did you get to say anything or did? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's gonna watch and I'm gonna be like, Dad, I know you spoke the whole time.
No, he's really like
for sure.
everybody's really supportive.
Yeah.
It's really it's cool. It's a cool community.
It's to your point. I found if you want to get for anybody listening or watching at home, if you want to get your faith restored in humanity, do some form of fitness challenge event in any way, whether it be maybe not like 1,000-kilometer race, but if
Miles.
miles race, yeah. Yes, sorry, 1,000-mile race,
I
and
think it's
then
an important distinction.
it feels weird though because it's in the Yukon,
Mm-hmm.
but it's miles.
So it's run by a Brit,
Yeah.
and it goes into Alaska.
Mm.
And I think it's just where it starts and where it ends. It's not actually 1,000 miles. I think it's like 950 something.
Okay.
But
I was
it's
curious.
just like
I wanted
the nice
yeah.
round number. I think
Yeah.
like calling it the Yukon 1000.
Because I
makes it
hear
sound
Canada, you're
nice.
kilometer than yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I appreciate you clearing that up for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Say us, but yeah, for me.
Yeah.
But I find do a fitness event of some kind because I found specifically as well to kind of echo your point was when my buddy and I, and I'll mention this every chance I get, when my buddy and I ran the Ottawa Marathon. Yes. Love it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's
It's
a big
huge.
deal.
Yeah, right.
That is
2023.
something I will never do that.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Congratulations. That's
thanks.
major.
It was the best type of people that we interacted with everywhere we went, from the race before to the race after to like the shakeout run with like the Ottawa City Run Club that was like 6.48K before, and then just people during the race, the support crew, the people at the hydration stations every 5 kilometers, just everything was just flawless. Everybody's so nice, and they're not like stuck up or just mean or just like just dismissive or rude. I'd be like, oh hey, I'm like, everybody's in a good mood. It's cool. It's cool to see something about probably all the like good stress going on.
Yeah.
So
I think it's too like you know what
Amazing.
it's like to struggle through a race,
Yes.
right? So if you see somebody who's really struggling and you have the
Yeah.
ability to help them, you act like how you hope somebody would act towards you,
Yeah.
right? And
I
I think
imagine
that
so, yeah.
I think that like endurance sports kind of bring the best out in people in that way, right? Like
interesting. Yeah, I
if
think so.
you see somebody fall down, you're gonna help them up,
Yeah,
right?
every
Because
time,
that's what
yeah.
you would need.
Yeah, and you don't even think about it like that either until after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
like
cool. It's
you know-
subconscious.
yeah, yeah. Like if
Mhm.
we didn't encounter this, but like if somebody had flipped near us,
Yeah.
like of course I'm gonna help them out, right? Like
Yeah.
if I was flipped and somebody just paddled past me, I'd be like, but they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like that's the nature of endurance sports. I think like people just are there
There,
to help each other.
it's such a good like community aspect to your point, not just canoeing or not just paddling or not just running, but endurance sports in general. I think a lot of sports in general, but I think more endurance sports. I think especially because you're either teams of 1 or 2. Like there's not really 3 or 4 most, but there's not like a team of 20 where you're in it together. It's like no, we're kind of all individuals. But I don't know if he told you this, but my dad had to do a tea rescue in like the North Bay to Mattawa North Bay race. So it was like
This year?
I think last year, the year before, but it was like 64
I was
kilometer
like,
race.
he had to rescue somebody and he still beat me in
Yeah.
Mattawa.
They did not the most recent one, but the year before they came second, I think. But it was the year they came second. But they did a the boat, they were at the beginning, I think like maybe halfway in whatever might be the North Bay to Mattawa, right? So whatever the 60 kilometers miles. Whatever. Somebody in front of them flipped and they had to do a tea rescue and then still. And I was like, you guys would. I was like, second, really? And he's like, yeah, we had to rescue somebody. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Crazy, yeah, to your point.
Yeah.
Like
But like, are you just going to leave them out there? No, of course not. Right? That's not the
And for
spirit.
what?
Yeah, it's not the spirit of the sport.
No, and like they're going to figure, it's dangerous. It's not safe, especially in that case. But, so a bunch of really good people you guys met along the way, and it just happened to...
And really, just really interesting people.
Yeah.
Yeah, really interesting characters. Like, yeah, I don't know. This is, I just got into marathon paddling really this year.
It's fun.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. And like, the Yukon 1000 it's an interesting race. Because they only accept 30 teams a year to race. And it's a mixture of people who are like very competitive racers and people who have done other kinds of endurance racing, but maybe not necessarily paddling.
Yeah.
And the race director he admits a mix of people, but the common thing is that he believes that you'll finish it safely, right?
That's yeah.
So like he's admitted people who like there's a marathon across the Sahara.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but like people who have run that. There were two women who I really connected with who we raced against this year. Both of them have rowed across the Atlantic Ocean.
Cool.
One of them is a team of 4 and one of them solo. Yeah. And when I was like, what possessed you to do that?
Yeah,
She was like, I just wanted to see if I could. And I fell in love with her in that moment, and
that's cool.
I'm still in contact with
Good.
her. And, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, good for her. Did looking back on the first one, once you were done, where do we go from here?
Like back in 2011.
Yeah. It was a while ago, but
Yeah, that was a while ago. So I told you that
come
I said
back,
I would never do anything like that ever again, and yet here I am, talking about getting into marathon paddling. That was like in and around the time that I resigned from the hospital, quit nursing, went to bartending.
it was 2 years then.
Yeah, I was I did some training for sprinting, like with the intention of competing in bobsled.
Nice.
There's a sprinting coach in town that there was, court proceedings and stuff like that, and so that put an end to that.
Yeah.
And then we moved to BC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh no, sorry, 2015. So, like my paddling tripping background started at summer camp.
Yeah.
Right.
John Island, right?
Yes. Did you go?
No, sort of. So yes and no. I was more at YMCA's other camp, like the smaller
Dalgona?
sister camp.
Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. I'm fired up. I love talking about it. And then and then I went to John Island for like staff stuff, and then worked there for a couple weeks here, and then worked here. Yeah.
Nice.
I've been there a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But yeah. Did one trip there.
I love that place.
Yeah.
So I started going there when I was 6.
Oh no kidding.
I was a counselor for 1 year. Left for a couple years, went back. I was a camp nurse for a bit. My sister was a director. My sister, whose husband I did the Yukon 1000 with, she was camp director for a few years. And in 2015, I took the summer off bartending so that I could go, because when I was 16 years old, I did the long leadership trip up north. I did the Winnisk River. Oh, so we started in...
Is that the biggest leadership trip you guys had?
Yeah,
is that
so it was
Norquay one? Or it is.
Yeah, so it was a 36 day. We started in Pickle Lake and we ended up by Hudson Bay.
Bro.
It was like
unreal.
It was great.
Yeah, it sounds unreal.
It was awesome. I remember just I think that's where I learned to grind on that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those those trips do something different. I've only done the 7 day as my biggest one too. So. Like
when I remember one specific moment from that trip. Because we were paddling through forest fires and there was probably year-old burnout. So the Portage Trail was all all these burnt out trees were covering it, and we were having to like lift the boat up and through, and I was just looking at the portage trail, which I knew was like a kilometer long, and we were gonna have to kind of thread the boat through all of these trees. And I just remember being like, if I don't do it, it's not gonna get done.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if not you, who?
Yeah, like one foot in front of the other. Let's go.
I love it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I think that's where I learned to grind. Probably, I would say.
You're forced to. You have no choice.
You have no choice.
You can't.
Right? You can't leave.
Leave. Yeah. My buddy and I said that real quick in the marathon. Before we circle back to that, we was like, it only hit us at 31 kilometers where we were like, well, this sucks. But then you realize that the quickest way to get back to your car is to complete.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna turn around and paddle upriver.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No way. Right. And for the first half, it's all fun and rainbows, and it's the like 60 to 80% of the way that you're like, well, I'm over halfway, so we can't turn back. And I think that is what, at least for me and him, was like just pushed us forward. So
yeah.
Learn how to grind on the canoe trips.
Yeah, exactly. And
36 days.
it was awesome. So
unreal.
I took the summer off from bartending in 2015, just before we moved to BC, and I actually went back and led the Norquay trip.
No way. Yeah.
So
that's exciting.
It was great. Like 12, 16-year-old kids down the river.
You may have led one of my friends. I just don't know who. I have no idea. If I saw a photo, I could tell you.
I didn't have a lot of Sudbury kids on my trip. I had Katrina Hartley. I had
vaguely. I didn't go there, but I do know like.
I had a lot of Toronto kids on my trip.
Makes sense. I would still know them. I just don't think as well. Yeah.
What year are you born?
Oh, 96.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm geriatric.
Geriatric's crazy. No, I think it was, it would have been 20... So you led it in 2015.
2015, I was 28, sense. And they would have been 16,
yeah.
So that... I can't math. So they would have been 99 kids. Yeah.
Yeah, 1999.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 years younger than me. Yeah, maybe it would have been close. Yeah. Friends around my brother's age, probably, yeah. I didn't know them well enough. I saw a photo. Whatever. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it was so, like, it was cool. And I think, like, that trip, like, leading the kids, and I'd done, like, smaller trips with having to lead kids before, like, 3-4 days.
3-4 days, yeah.
But 36 days is a different ball game, right?
That's crazy.
And especially having teenagers, like, it's been raining for a few days, like, motivating them to get out of their tent in the morning.
Good luck.
Like, all of that. And you're on a timeline, right?
Yeah.
You don't have the option of, like, calling and being like, we're going to be a few days late. Like, everything's already scheduled, so you have to, like, kind of meet
the parents do pick them up eventually.
Yeah.
Like, we can't...
But we had to, like, get to the train in Moose Factory and, like, or Moosonee, and then, like, so it's all... You're on a schedule.
Yeah.
And, I think that helped a lot with... Sean and I talked about this on the Yukon 1000, because on the Yukon 1000, you paddle for 18 hours. You break for 6. And the last 3 days... We were, like, waiting by our boats with, like, 10 minutes to spare.
Yes.
And we were like, why is this so easy? And I'm like, it's because we're used to, like, budgeting time to, like, because Sean comes from the same background. So, yeah, we're just, like, we're both experienced trippers. So we didn't even have to talk in the mornings. We just did what we knew needed to be done, packed it all
whatever
out.
he does, whatever you do, you can, and you're just both on the boat at the same time.
Yeah.
Easy.
And,
light work.
So, yeah, we had time to stretch in the morning.
Amazing, yeah.
We were like, okay, well, we can't leave for another 10 minutes, so I guess we have some stretching done. But
why did you decide, when you went to do it again, I'm wondering, why do it again, and why do it with brother-in-law?
So Sean was like the impetus. Yeah. Or he was the motivator for it.
Like, he wanted to do it.
Yeah. So he did the Yukon River Quest, like the same race my sister and I did with his son last year.
Oh, cool.
And I was supposed to be his support crew.
Yeah. At the halfway point.
Right. Yeah. So we had a lot of logistics phone calls prior to his picking my brain, because we'd done it before.
Yeah.
We had a lot of chats.
Yeah.
Every single time we talked, he's like, oh, there's this other race called the Yukon 1000. I really want to do it, but I don't know He's like, I need to
planting
find
the seed.
someone who wants to do it with me.
Just
And I was like,
planting
okay. I just like did not imagine that he'd want to do it with
Yeah.
me.
Let me know if you think of anybody.
And then like finally I was like, hey, if you can't find anybody else, I will do it. And he's like, okay, I was hoping you would say that.
You're like, damn.
And then, yeah, so
That's awesome.
we applied. We didn't think that we'd get in our first round.
Why is that?
Well,
It is competitive. I
yeah,
imagine,
they get like 5,000 applications a year, and they take 30 teams. So
it's like a lottery, pretty much.
yeah, well, so it's a big long application.
Right.
You have to give your like your paddling resume, and if you've been in
Oh,
the
I
area
wanna do
before, it was. I like one of the questions they ask is like, have you been up there before? Like they're just. I'm assuming that insurance that he has to pay to do this race is astronomical because it's so remote. So
Oh, you didn't pay it. You didn't pay it.
it's part of like the fee that you pay to like get into the race.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
But based on how high that fee is, I'm assuming that the insurance is extremely high.
How high is it, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, I realistically we could find out.
Public
Yeah,
information.
I just don't know.
It's 4,200 American per person.
Bro,
not
per
team.
person?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why she did it solo. That one woman you were telling me
Oh
about.
no, she rode across the Atlantic solo.
You're
You're not allowed to do this race.
Yeah, I
solo.
was about to say.
Yeah,
I was
yeah. No, you're not
like,
allowed.
you couldn't.
No.
Solo paddle.
No, she rode across the Atlantic
Scared
Ocean
me. Yeah.
by herself.
Okay.
Which I think is more insane than doing this by
Yeah,
yourself.
dude,
but
was it North Atlantic or something? That'd be. It's close. Yeah.
yeah, I can't remember where her start and end
From
points were.
New York
She's
to
so cool.
Belfast.
Her name's
No?
Mel. She lives in Switzerland.
Shout out to
I
her.
love her.
Yeah.
Okay, Mel.
Sound and admire. That's awesome.
Um,
Yeah, so we wanted to do it, and you guys just happened to get it. Didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't think you were going to.
There's the application, and then they do a 30-minute interview. I don't know how many people they interview, and then we found out like 3 weeks after the interview that we had been accepted to it. So, and there was like some roster changes. He has like a hard cutoff where he will not replace people if they drop out. So 30 teams were accepted this year. 8 teams didn't make it to the finish line. I don't know all the reasons why or why not.
Well,
But
hopefully it's all safe.
yeah,
Like safe reasons.
yeah, like.
Like they just quit, maybe, or like
Yeah, or like
no.
some family emergency came up,
Yeah,
or
like-
like financially they couldn't make it happen, or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
As long as it's safe.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Hopefully.
Yeah, and then 18 teams finished, so 4 teams
Sick.
didn't finish the race. So.
You guys are one of them that
We
did.
were. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. Do you have a favorite experience from that one?
Like
or takeaways?
when
or?
people, I feel like I give such boring answers for this because the whole experience was so positive.
Mm-hmm.
Even though like the weather was pretty horrible sometimes.
Yeah, not great.
Like I think I felt more prepared for this than anything I've ever
Oh, really?
done before.
Which is the opposite feeling from last time.
Exactly.
Crazy.
100%.
I love it. Yeah.
And like huge major credit to Sean
Yeah.
because Sean is the planner.
He's got it.
I shine in the moment.
Perfect.
Like when stuff's going
That's
down,
it.
I can adapt. I can
You're there.
pivot.
Yeah.
But he is the planner. He's listened to every podcast about the Yukon 1000.
I bet. Yeah.
At least twice.
Oh, perfect.
Some of them 3 times. So he like, yeah, big shout out to him. He did a lot of legwork for like planning. I took like the first aid, nutrition kind of.
Perfect.
I planned all of our whole
Yeah.
fuel plan.
Nice.
Which I didn't get perfect, but there was a lot of good things to it.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I just get along really well.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
No, we've always gotten along really well. So
Yeah.
I've known him since I was 10 from John Island.
Right.
He
Yeah.
started dating my sister, I think, when I was 15.
Oh wow, and they
and-
stuck it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
good for
they're
them.
still- yeah.
That's cool.
No, when I was 15, not when he
Yeah,
was
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there were times when I was a teenager, like, he shrunk an entire load of my clothes, and, like, you know, he's done brother-type
Yeah.
stuff to me. But we get along super
Unacceptable.
well, and, like...
That one's crazy. Man.
Yeah, our communication was tight.
Yeah.
Our systems were pretty tight. We both, like, prepared. I'm excited we're planning another race for next year. So I'm
Nice.
excited to, because my dad was ill, I did a lot of caregiving for him.
Mhm.
I couldn't dive into training, like, as much as I
Yeah.
wanted to. So, but regardless of that, like, I'm so happy with how we performed, and
Mm-hmm.
I was in good condition going into
Yeah.
it. I just, like, there's a little part in the back of my head that's like, could I have been in better condition? Because we weren't that far off the first canoe.
Crazy.
Sometimes, you know, like the gap was narrow at some points, so I wonder. There's always going to be that
There
little
always
voice in the
is,
back of
yeah.
your head, right?
Yeah, your
like when your
competitor,
dad beat me at Mattawa, I was like, they beat us by 9 minutes. I'm like, what could I have done better to make up 9 minutes? But if I'm going to be bested, I'd like John Larver and your dad. They're
it's not
bad people to come in.
Not bad people to come in second to, for sure. That was, and you guys did the 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you guys aren't slouches. Crazy. Huh.
But that was our first, like, long-ish race together. We'd done...
Just see how it goes.
Yeah. We tested our fuel, tested a couple of our systems, and
Nice. When you go into planning for, like meal plans and stuff like that for that, what does that look like? Are you just trying to hit like a certain baseline for like caloric intake and sugar and what, or?
Yes.
What does that look like?
For me, I researched it to the nines.
Oh,
like I went into biohacking level. I had supplements for morning, noon, and night based on like physiological rhythms. I grossly overestimated the amount of calories we would need in a day, because our bodies adapted really quick.
That's good.
Quick. I mean, like by day 3, I think
relatively
we settled in.
Yeah.
So like the first, and we got more efficient too, right? We did estimated like 750,000 paddle strokes. So you learn some efficiency in there, right? And
it's most of them. That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, like the first, I wore my watch, so I'm sure it's not entirely accurate, but like the first day we were up around like 130,000 paddle strokes.
Yeah.
And then by day 4 we were in around like the 75 region. So, but our pace didn't drop. So we found a lot of efficiency in there, like a bit more power maybe. There was one point where we would do little sprints if we were like getting tired.
Yeah, feeling good.
And we were doing like a sprint that would, prior to the race, have probably gotten my heart rate up into zone 4, zone 5.
Jeez.
And I was like 78. Couldn't even get my heart rate up. And I don't know if that's, I think that it's like our body adapting to what we're doing. They're like, okay, it's like, I guess that's just what we're doing now. But yeah, we did a lot of liquid nutrition.
Yeah.
We used a product called NAC. It's like an endurance.
Sure.
It's got like BCAAs. Like I liked it because it's got protein and fat in it.
Perfect.
So it's not just like a carb gel or whatever.
No, it's tricky to find those. Like the balance.
Yeah, it's a good. I liked it. It's a good product. We ended up sacrificing some of it to the river for the sake of dropping weight. Because I overestimated quite a bit.
It's better over than it.
I think so.
I'd say
and
so,
like
for sure.
like food is.
Have it, not need it, need it, not have it.
And I've been in a situation on the Yukon River where I did not have enough food, and people came through for me.
Shout out to them.
But nobody was going to come through for me in this one, right? We needed to make sure that we had it. So yeah, 100%. I'd rather have it and not need it. But yeah. So and then like. Comfort food is really important to me too. I can't just survive off liquid nutrition.
Did you get like Reese's peanut butter cups or?
I had like little mini Mindero bars.
Yeah, you did. Nice.
Like Brookside chocolates.
Yeah.
Ate plantain chips.
Oh, good too. Dried mango.
Yeah.
That's what I would have thrown in. Yeah, for me.
And I had it was like a dream. So I had a box like bungee corded to the front of my boat.
Yeah.
With all my snacks in it for the day.
Charcuterie board. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all of my snacks in it. And so I just like be like, oh, I didn't take in enough calories this hour, so I just.
Darn it.
I know. It's like anti-diet culture.
Yeah,
awesome.
started eating cheese strings in your mouth. You're like, this is great.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I brought like Baby Bells and it was
unreal.
Great.
Got a pantry, floating pantry in front of your boat.
So,
it's fun.
Can't continue that at home, unfortunately. Consuming 5,000 calories a day is not sustainable.
Yeah. Speaking of sustainable, what do you think it attributes to the adaptability you guys had? Like how your bodies adapted so quick. What do you think you have to attribute that to?
I don't know if everybody had that. I don't know. Maybe everybody.
Or just the two of you at least?
Yeah, maybe everybody.
What do you think that has to? Was just for you guys specifically though? What is that? Like why?
I do think my supplement plan was tight.
Yeah. Did you prep? Like, did you just start the plan as you started, or you built
months
up?
Before.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then that makes sense.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
Sean made fun of me because like one of the very first phone calls we had after we found out we were accepted, I was like, our mitochondria is going to win us this race. We need to get our mitochondria into like fighting for them and
cells.
Yeah. Our energy output. Yes. It has to be like on point.
Mitochondria is energy, right? Like
powerhouses,
it's the powerhouses. I thought it was the nucleus.
That's like where all the information is.
It's the brain of the. Damn it. Whatever. You know.
Grade 11 biology.
Yeah.
It.
Apparently me for now. But, all right.
But we didn't like.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I guess I can only speak for myself here because I don't know if I asked Sean this question, but I didn't bonk at all. Bonk. Like I didn't get to a point where I was like my muscles wouldn't move.
You didn't hit that. Okay, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I reached a level of exhaustion where I was like I can't keep my eyes open anymore.
I'm sure he was probably similar. I imagine.
Yeah. I don't think he mentioned anything about bonking. We both did hallucinate a little bit.
Crazy.
But little sodium under the tongue went away.
Hallucinating. Are you guys like seeing salmon in the water where there isn't? Like what's
It starts off very like very plausible. Like you're seeing feels like you're seeing like maybe people or like boats in front of you, paddle flashes. So all things that could be
reasonable,
plausible.
Yeah.
And then it kind of escalates to the more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like there would be a triangular area of erosion and my brain would just fill in a house that's built into the side of the mountain. And
yeah, it's a bit more.
But it's bizarre because you're like, I know that's not there. But I clearly see it in 3D. Like,
whoa.
Yeah. Sean kept getting the sensation of paddling under power lines. Like he would just like look up because he felt like there was a power line.
Whoa.
So yeah.
Why? I wonder why those were like the hallucinations.
So
like you said sodium, but
electrolyte imbalance has a lot to do with it because you do you go a little cuckoo if your sodium gets out of balance, and your muscles need a lot of sodium.
Yeah.
You're sweating constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Both of Sean and I are like higher than average salty sweaters, I think. So yeah, we had to stay on top of that. So the NAC had 400 milligrams of sodium. We were trying to take a serving of that in every hour. But on the really hot days, it was not enough.
You can't keep up.
Yeah, we both kept like a little pouch of salt in our deck box and just pop it under our tongue whenever we needed it.
What's the importance of salting water or even just sodium in general for hydration? Because people often think I have like a good baseline level of knowledge for this where it's like like I just describe it and correct me if I'm wrong or add to this please. I think of sodium as just what keeps the water and keeps the minerals in my kidneys. Like just keeps you hydrated.
So
I'm trying to think of the way I have to describe it.
Does a lot of things. A lot of things. It's an electrolyte, right?
Yes.
So it helps transmit those electrical impulses, which are happening in your muscles, and you're using your muscles a lot, right? So you're using a lot of your sodium is being used by your muscles.
Right.
The brain needs it to function.
Yeah.
Those neuronal impulses.
Electric impulse. Oh. Yeah. It's coming together.
And then it, like in your kidneys, it regulates your fluid balance. Yeah. So like your kidneys will hold on to sodium if your blood pressure is too low to try to help bring your blood pressure back up.
Oh, interesting.
But when the demands are too high, that's when like your blood because our body's good at keeping things balanced.
Yeah.
Like homeostasis, right?
Exactly. Yes.
And when there's like heavy demands, like what we're sweating and using our muscles for 18 hours a day,
it's a lot.
The amount of sodium in your blood drops,
Mm-hmm.
and that's usually when you'll start to see hallucinations. And, decreased cognitive function. Your decision making might get a little bit poor.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Yeah.
I almost wonder if that's something similar. As soon as you said decision making poor, I was thinking back to a story my friend told me about drinking, and I was like, is that why? Like
why you have poor decision making?
Yeah, when you're drinking, because there's a lack of, I don't know, I'm just trying to tie the two together because as soon as I heard decision making, he literally said decision making like 8 hours ago in a conversation. based on drinks. I was like, oh, how do these tie together?
I mean, it might be a component, but alcohol is a
that's its own
CNS
poison thing.
suppressant, so
CNS suppressant.
So your central nervous system sort of like brings all those functions down a little bit. So including your processing abilities. So.
Whoa.
Yeah.
CNS was fancy because as soon as you said central nervous system, I was like, I feel dumb now.
No.
And I was like, oh, I was like, oh, okay, no, I'm with you now. It makes sense.
I feel bad
makes sense,
because I live in this world that has its own language. My sister says this to me. Sean's wife says this to me all the time. She's like, you speak a whole different language, and it's like Pat who speaks French. Like he'll speak French to me, and I don't understand it.
And
but
like,
to him, it's so commonplace that
he'll speak French
to you. He just does it. Sometimes, yeah.
Feels mean. Like, why are you speaking French to me? I don't. I'll have him do, like, French. If you're to speak French to me, I'm like, dude, speak French to me. If you're, but they do like I have some friends that are both English and French speaking, and they do like a in between lingo thing. Yeah. Yeah. And I can't quite understand that. I'm like, I know what you're saying if you said it in French. I know what you're saying if you're saying it in English, but I don't know this in between as much. The franglais that you guys are talking. I'm like, I don't know as much. So. Yeah, I gotta try to get. I don't know. I'll talk to some of them and be like, "Hey, can you pick one for me?" But I have a buddy that actually learned French for his daughter, so that because she's in full French immersion.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was like, "Huh, that's kind of
really cool."
And he's like, "It's French," and I was like, "No franglais." He's like, "Dude, I can't do franglais." So.
That's cool of him. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Different
I was
language
using
though.
I do it at work.
That's too
because
funny.
The athletic therapists and physios, they have their own acronyms, and ours don't overlap a lot. So they'll be, when they're talking, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like
and
same
vice versa.
acronym for different things.
No, like they're just different, but they'll, again, like just what I just did, they'll throw it into casual conversation and expect me to know what they're talking about.
I love it. Yeah.
You know, and so I just forget. So I'm sorry. I'll try to.
I want to start acronyming more though. Like I think that's what I'm trying to get. I'm like, CNS, central nervous. Okay, I'll remember this. So when I'm having a normal conversation, people be like, oh, that's the way to pick that up, and be like, well, let me tell you something. So, that's cool. Yeah, let's start doing that. Okay. So that it inhibits the central nervous system, and then just kind of picks up from there.
But yeah, I don't know specifically. I can't speak about
makes enough sense though for me to like use that normal conversation. I think I could pull off. Yeah, we'll try it. But anyways, that'll be for later this weekend. But anyways, can you define for me, because you're a nurse practitioner, all right, correct? What, for people that might not know, what exactly is like the hat that you wear? Like, what does the description look like for somebody in your with your title?
Nurse practitioners, we have a 4-year undergrad in nursing. There's a required minimum 2 years of nursing experience before you can apply to the NP program. It's a certain number of hours. I can't remember the number. And then the program itself is either 2 or 3 years, depending on if you do it full-time or part-time.
I see, yeah.
So everybody's familiar with what nurses do. The extra education with as an NP. Our scope is expanded like quite a bit, where we do we function similarly to a family doctor, but we're funded differently, and there's things that we're not able to do that are obviously doctors are able to do. So like certain prescriptions we're not allowed to order, certain tests we're not allowed to order, but globally, like there's we function similarly to a family doctor.
Nice.
Main difference is that doctors are funded by OHIP. Nurse practitioners are only funded by OHIP if we occupy like an OHIP funded position. So if there's a nurse practitioner clinic that's government funded, they will pay the nurse practitioner's salary.
Through ICU.
Yeah. If we don't exist in that space, then we're not funded, and so
more private area.
Yeah. So there's
like now
nurse practitioners.
Like now at Dynamic, that's not through.
That's not.
It makes it's a private. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the only reason that I'm not, and this is like it's so hypocritical, and I will acknowledge that right off the bat. I am not pro 2-tiered system.
No.
Even though I am occupying a private pay space right now. I know.
Yeah.
I
conflicting.
It is conflicting, and I won't get into like all the specifics, but
No, sure.
I had to step off the front lines for mental health reasons. And I got into this to just like, you know, for something to do, and it's something I'm interested in. Like the sports medicine realm is like, I'm not a sports medicine specialist by any means. I would never call myself that, but I have a like tiny little niche in that space. But yeah, I'm hoping we're supposed to be able to start billing to OHIP starting next April.
Nice.
And
right on.
I'm hoping that
Exciting.
I'll be able to not have to charge my patients after that.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Oh, because then it becomes like now a part of a benefit, right? Like for them at least. So then their benefits
so like
cover it, or
well,
now
no, like OHIP would cover it.
Right.
So like I can instead of like
okay.
my patient paying at the end of a session,
Yeah.
like I would do
Because
OHIP
OHIP's
billing.
paid.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Yeah,
The government hasn't like released parameters on what that's going to look like, but I really don't love the fact that I'm in a private pay space. But
fair. Yeah, I charge clients. Man.
I think everybody should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for that type of stuff. Is it like, is it more chronic illness,
Yeah.
sports? Like what is related injuries? What's
mostly chronic pain stuff. Yeah. So I'm focusing mostly on a treatment called trigger point injections. So I'm treating muscles, and muscles are like
makes sense.
they're a little bit neglected in the in healthcare. You know, we look at scans, and if there's a tear, then we're like, well, that's what's causing your muscle pain. If it's surgical, you have surgery. If it's not, then that's your life, right?
Right.
So I just focus on treating those.
Without surgery?
Yeah, with injections.
It's crazy, because it's funny, I was just talking to a friend of mine about this, because I mentioned, like, you know, I talked a bit about who you were to him recently, and I was like, yeah, she's a nurse practitioner down at, you know, Worth Pay, and he's like, oh, dude, our GP with my mom's knee pain, like she got a chronic knee issue, whatever, and he's like, dude, she went to see, like, she's seen a nurse practitioner right now. I was like, oh, what's her name? She doesn't remember, so I was like, all right, no worries. She's like, dude, way more helpful, and he's like, that was his issue that he had trouble with, because it's exactly that he went through, where it's like, shoulder muscle giving him issue and shoulder pain. They're like, oh, cool, did a couple scans, tearing like a shoulder thing, rotator, wherever, and there's like, okay, surgery, got surgery, recovers, and now he's just doing some exercises here and there. I was like, dude, I don't actually, I'm not crazy, but I don't think you need surgery. I'm sure there's other alternative. Like, it didn't even seem that bad. He was still able to do. It was weird, but
yeah. So
I don't know what the
I don't know, like
scope of things.
I have not run across a lot of surgeons that will do like a frivolous surgery. So I'm sure he
definitely
needed
it. Yeah.
But like I see a lot of people who like post surgically, for example, like they have pain post surgically, but it's different than the pain I had before surgery. So the surgery repairs the problem, but during a surgery there's usually a lot of muscle trauma, right?
That makes sense.
And so I just, release the trigger points that are causing the pain, and obviously I do an assessment first. If I don't think that the treatment's going to help them, then I don't go ahead with it. But if we can replicate their pain manually, then chances are that there's a muscular component there.
Make it a bit easier to solve or fix, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a really rewarding
I can imagine.
To be in, but I would love it if it was more accessible to people. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Like, it's not just you have to go through a surgery or you have to get assessed first. Like, it feels like there's a bit more hoops to jump through.
Yeah, and just like my main thing is like the barrier of having to pay, right? Not everybody has, especially right now, right? Not everybody has extra money to spend on stuff, and like,
let alone
chronic pain. Chronic pain sucks. Like, it's exhausting to be in chronic pain and having to exist and do your job, everything while you're dealing with that. I don't think people should be punished financially on top of that. So I'm hoping, I really hope that.
Just to make sure they're functioning. And I find too, it's funny, man, you mentioned that and doing their day-to-day in pain, but we don't prioritize, or at least I've noticed, it feels weird that we don't prioritize that type of recovery and like our health in that sense either. Like our treatment, we're like, I can't afford it, I'm not doing it. And it's like, if they can't afford it, I also know like I could afford doing some things personally, but I just neglect it as well. Because there's a timing thing, because myself, and if I know I'm bad for it, I can only imagine majority of people might be either similar or worse. Right? Because I'm like, I value like being in shape and being able to kind of function properly. And as soon as something's wrong, I'm like, I'll message the right people, go to the right like sources that I have and resources I know. But when it comes to stuff like that, like even talking to a few people who had done like one had knee surgery, one had neck surgery, whatever, and they're like, we were given exercises, but meh. I was like, oh, what do you mean, man?
Yeah.
You might never be able to turn your head all the way. Like you're a driver.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You drive a dump truck and you can't turn your head? That's, but they don't prioritize it.
Right. And I
Weird.
don't think we do a good job in healthcare of like promoting wellness, right? When at the end of a surgery, it's just like, here, do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And like, it's not, nobody's having like a in-depth conversation with you about the consequences of not doing it, or
Which,
like,
big thing, yeah.
yeah, so like, I think we do, generally speaking, we need to be more proactive about wellness, right? Prevention, all that stuff. Like, we should be talking to kids in schools about,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, that'd be so,
you know?
that's so smart, yeah.
just like
Why not?
instilling that idea young, that like keeping yourself well, and like there's this whole idea now, instead of like lifespan, like concentrating on health span, right? Because if you live till you're 90, like if you're spending the last 20 years of your life chronically ill, then
You didn't really live those last 20 years,
yeah.
did you?
So,
yeah.
but versus like having a health span like into your early 80s. Yeah, so just like focusing on being well rather than just being alive.
Like the importance of,
Yeah.
Yeah. Health span.
Yeah.
Health span's crazy.
But it's like,
Yeah.
it's tough because again, everything's expensive. Wellness, the whole wellness industry thing, it's like, it's very expensive to try to be healthy.
Yeah.
And it's not a coincidence that people with low socioeconomic status have worse health outcomes. It's because it's expensive to take care of yourself. And it's unfortunate that that's the way things are. And I hope that there can be a shift away from that at some point.
I hope so. And it's kind of like it's a sad kind of like side story to that, on that subject. There's this woman I went to high school with, and she, I guess her father has one leg. The place I used to work at, they lived there. And super sweet people, really nice, really like helpful and easy to communicate and deal with. And seeing, this is kind of where it like hurt, because she's like my age, is her mother and father are, less healthier. And he has one leg, so he drives around on an electric scooter. She has two perfectly working legs, and she takes that scooter to go to to drive to the Starbucks down Notre Dame and back. And I was fixing a window on the roof, and I remember like hearing the door open, turning around, seeing her get on this electric scooter and just rip the scooter all the way down and come back. Where I'm like, even if that was available to some of us, I'm like, well, that's all she knows is that like, oh, take the scooter to go here. And I'm like, I'm kind of sad, because I was like, oh, we're the same age, and like this is what you believe is the right way to do things, instead of just, I guess my point is like the small course corrections that we're not aware of like the importance of it. Because I'm sure if it was educated to her, or if she knew or was fortunate enough to grow up in like my parents are very healthy and active, at least for me they are, right? So I'm very fortunate and grateful in that sense. So I'm aware of all the things like you're talking about and the importance of it, and that's what I push to other people, whereas this person wasn't. And then seeing that is kind of just, yeah, she has no idea.
Yeah.
And they have no idea.
I think like
Sad example.
Yeah, and I think it's important to remember though too, like the aspect of being chronically ill, that like survival's hard as it is.
Oh, yeah.
And adding that layer to it, right? It just maybe like there's just no energy there.
It's heartbreaking, yeah.
Like maybe getting out of the house is all she can do that day. Like there's, it's a tough one.
It's tough.
But
yeah, it was just my age. That kind of was like, oof. It's like I saw it, I was like, it's a bit sad.
Yeah.
It's a bad example. It was mainly because we're the same age that it kind of like scared me a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
It just echoed with the point you're making. I was like, oh, whoa, yeah. I just think it's like a lack of information.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like, I feel like we need to be more proactive. And like,
so cool for good.
The things just need to be more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's gonna...
The correct information on health.
Yeah, and like access to wellness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it shouldn't be, it shouldn't come with the price tag that it comes,
No,
right?
like gyms are so expensive now as well. Like I didn't want to pay for where I was working out at the time, and so I spent what I would spend in a year, which again, fortunate enough that I was in a position that was essential, and I was able to build something that I was like, nah, this is where I'm working out. And then I reach out to people who I know work out and go to a public gym or a private gym, like, space here. So, I mean, now it's more of a, we don't have to look that way anymore. But so to your point, it's like,
and that's
tough.
like, you were able to pivot, but that's not available to everybody, right? And
it's not. It's tough.
Yeah, everything's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's facing like different challenges, but like being of like having chronic health issues, being of lower socioeconomic status, is just all things that I've personally never had to deal with, but that I have a lot of empathy for, because I know how hard things are for me, as privileged as I am. And I cannot imagine.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Tough. Try to get the right information out to the right sectors, and at least before it becomes, before it becomes bad.
Yeah.
What is often a factor of like chronic illness? Like, what do you think? Like, what usually is something that triggers it or caused it?
Oh, that's a big question.
I've had different people have different give me different examples on the show for their own.
I don't think I can say like any one thing.
Or maybe examples you've seen.
I will say that like the food that we eat is we're an overfed but undernourished population. Our food is not nutritious as it was.
No.
And like the way that we grow food, like industrial agriculture is not like farmers used to let their fields rest once every 7 years because they knew that it needed that for the soil to like regenerate. Crops would be rotated. Now we see like soybeans in a field year after year after year after year, and we try to
planes flying over.
Yeah, and we try to like put things back in the soil that we're taking out, but like we can't. I don't know why we haven't learned yet that we're not any match for like the natural way. Like we're not going to. We can try, but like we're never gonna be a match for like what nature can do for itself if we just let it. So I don't think like the nutrient profile of like even the fresh food that we're eating is the same as it was before, because we're robbing the soil of nutrients year after year after year. So I think like
that's crazy. Yeah.
There's it's all capitalistic practices that drive all of this stuff, all of these problems, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think like we don't have good access to nourishing food.
No, and I think too, to your point, because I do enjoy, at least for somebody in my shoes, with like, self-employed and stuff like that, and I understand the benefits of, and I've done this, I have a big ChatGPT like thread of like socialism versus capitalism versus, communism, like at least me trying to, my whole, like, I just want to understand it all, because then it makes it easier to like have these discussions. And so I'm like, I can see where, because we can have I think as much as we can debate which is better for what, I think everybody for the most part, or at least, and correct me if I'm wrong, you and I could agree that too much of anything or too much of one side of it, whether it be socialism or capitalism or whatever, too much of one is bad. And I think we've gotten to a point with that where it's like everything, because of the capitalistic way of going about it in that sense, specifically with what you're talking about, is not good. It's not healthy long term, and not sustainable. Yeah. Which is really unfortunate. Yeah. Because it's like, man, we're mass producing everything to make money.
Like, humans made up these rules. Right?
That's the thing,
like, we've created
but we're not benefiting from it.
And so, and
wild.
I think like, I'll go use the Air Canada example. Yeah. Right? Like, look up, and like they pushed back. They ended up getting, I'm sure not everything that they wanted. It's still, people at the top are still gonna have
Because they can fund
bigger
a bit.
pockets.
Yeah.
But
That's how it goes.
like,
Crazy.
I think that, and I hope that we see more of that, of like the labor force pushing back, because it's, the money at the top is made off the backs of the people at the bottom.
You betcha, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it's not healthy. Like, the stress that people have to live under just to make enough to make ends meet now is crazy. Stress will kill you itself. Right?
Oh yeah, and that
so
is
like,
chronic.
It causes chronic illness. Like I said, I can't point to one thing, but like there's a lot of issues happening, many of which can be traced back to capitalism that are making us sick. Yeah.
Do you have any kind of final things or message or examples or stories or experiences you kind of want to share that maybe you either A, didn't think we touched on enough, or things you kind of want to round out the episode with?
We talked about a lot.
Yeah, we covered a lot. We covered a lot. We got capitalism in the episode. Yeah.
Covered a lot of ground. No, I don't.
Chronic pain. Yeah.
I can't think of anything really specifically.
We covered CNS. Let's go, baby. Come on. Oh, yes. Love it.
Yeah.
Right on.
No, I think like, okay, let's bring it back to marathon paddling.
Yes. Great way to end it.
I think like, there's never been like a Canadian winner of the 1,000. We've got like tons of paddling talent here, and like, even like undeveloped, right? Like Sean and I only started racing this year.
Oh yeah, just, like, couple years, couple more.
We came in third.
Bonkers.
Like, we didn't know till we got to the finish line.
Yeah. That
we were.
And who knows? You might have pushed it, like you said. You're like maybe.
It's always going to be in the back of my head, but like, we were racing against some heavy hitters. But I want more people from Northern Ontario to get into it. Like I've never done anything like that before. It was like, while it was so challenging, it was so much fun, and I think that there's lots of people here, especially if you have like a camp background, tripping background. Yeah. Like, this race is perfect for people who have a camping and tripping background, which so many people in Northern Ontario do. Yeah.
What else is there to do?
Yeah, like a lot of people up here are familiar with like going on canoe trips. You unpack, you set up camp, you pack back up, you go down the river a little bit more, you set up camp, right? It's just a longer version of that compressed into a race, and it's fun. I just want more people to do it. I want somebody from Canada to win.
That'd be cool. Who won this year? Like, were they American?
No, it was a pair of Bob and Gord from New Zealand. Forward. They were in a tandem kayak. They came specifically. They wanted to challenge the record. They came close. They came really close, it's extremely impressive because the record was set in 2022, which was a high water, like flood conditions kind of year. If they had the same conditions, I think they would have
smashed it. Yeah. Oh wow. That's cool.
And they're such nice guys.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Because community.
Sean and I were during the practice paddle that we had. We saw them, and immediately Sean's like, "They're gonna win." First,
you just knew.
Like 2 seconds into seeing them paddle their boat off the launch. And
that's unreal.
It was like poetic to watch them paddle. Like, they were tight. Yeah.
Wow. And just dialed, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the canoe that came ahead of us, they were an American pair from Texas.
Of course.
They drove up their custom carbon fiber boat. I love it. It was Paul Cox and West Hansen, also two very impressive people. Yeah. Paul Cox is like, you should watch. There's a documentary about the Mississippi speed record. I'm gonna say you should watch it. Well, I haven't watched it yet, and Sean's been bothering me to watch it.
What's it on Netflix? Prime? No,
it's on Prime. Yeah. It's on Prime.
I might text you in the next couple days to ask again once I get my Netflix time.
Yeah, but Paul was part of the group that set the Mississippi speed record.
Oh, come on.
He's also the nicest person.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah.
And then West, his partner, was like, he was one of the first people to cross the Northwest Passage when it opened up. So like, it's cool that sweet dudes. We could like, sweet people. We hung with them a little bit, you know.
Yeah. You're like, man.
And I'm like, maybe cool. I'm good at this. I don't know. Yeah. I've never
I can figure this out. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I want more people. That's my final message. Yeah. I want more people from Northern Ontario to do it.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Lauren, I really appreciate you doing the show today.
Yeah,
this was fun.
Having me. It was
absolutely.
Fun. Yeah.
Thanks for very grateful for your time. So I appreciate you trusting me with sharing everything. And thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.